Welcome to Coffee Meets Cloud, where three women in tech come together to share real stories about leadership, life, and everything in between. Join our hosts, Karami McCollum.
In other news, these headphones, I'm going to have to do something else. I am on fire.
Cassandra Parker.
It's pretty basic. We have to stay fully caffeinated in order to do all the things that we do.
And Rachel Rogers.
I don't know if we can survive this. I feel like this one goes in the vault.
Your go-to source for candid conversations and unfiltered insights. So, grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and join the chaos.
Welcome back to Coffee Meets Cloud. It's another episode. It's another Tuesday, and it is November. I cannot believe this. How are y'all doing?
Dude, I'm in shock that it is like almost the holidays. What happened?
It's almost the middle of November. Like,
yeah,
that's even crazier.
Yeah.
It was just
by the time when this airs, it'll be the middle of November. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
I feel like that's such an adult thing to say. I can remember my parents and family always talking about how the holidays snuck up on them, and I would roll my eyes like, what do you mean? It's the same time every year. You're so dramatic. And now look at me. I'm like, we blinked, and now it's the holidays.
Yeah. Well, and I think when you're in school, right, like it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for a break, right? But we don't have breaks as adults, right? So you got things to do to prepare for the break that everybody's about to take. Like, there's no slowing down. It's pedal to the metal now.
Right. Now is like the busiest time before the holidays, honestly, like the getting prepped and who's going to be off when and who's going to work when 14 of the 18 people are out of the office, right, at the holidays. Because, I mean, corporate world, practically nobody is working between.
There's not
Christmas
a lot
and
getting
New Year.
done.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And some companies like actually have like the last 2 weeks off. So like Deloitte, for example, they do the last 2 weeks of the year off.
That makes sense.
So it does. But again, like certain companies, you can't do that, right? Like if you're a hospital network, if you're doctor's offices, it gets really difficult. But yeah, and then you got all the travel for the holidays. And I just had to travel. And let me tell you, hot mess express with everything that's gone on. I feel bad for all of the TSA workers. Some of them were really spicy when I was standing there in line. It got up to the point where I was at Houston trying to fly back to Atlanta. The line was out the door, all through the parking like area to drop people off. They were announcing over the speakers, like, please be patient. It's now a 2-hour wait time. It's now a 3-hour wait time. Like our plane was supposed to get through security. And our thing was supposed to be a full flight, but some people didn't make it through security. So like there was nobody sitting next to me because the person didn't make it through security. And there was nobody to backfill that person because nobody else made it through security. It like definitely is crazy. And I feel bad for all of those people. And
I've been seeing clips on social media, like little video clips of people waiting in those lines and trying to get through, and it's wild. And I think to myself every time I see it, like it's going to have to be a really important trip for me to find myself at the airport, you know.
Well, and you can't get out of line to go to the bathroom, like
right.
you know, and you can't take liquids through with you for TSA, so you're standing in a line for hours not knowing when you're going to make it. And look, I mean, there's a lot to be said for all of these workers that are doing everything they can without receiving a paycheck, without knowing where their next meal is coming from, right? Like I can't not imagine being in that situation. And I totally think that that should be prioritized. And, you know, us complaining about being in line, that doesn't matter. It's those people needing food. But I think it is like people need to be prepared and also donate to your local food banks, right? Like if you got extra things in your pantry, not only is Thanksgiving coming up and you should be on that anyway, but, you know, food banks are running low right now because of all the additional influx. So go ahead, donate to your food bank, clear out your pantry. I know you got some stuff that's like good, but you don't eat it, right? It just sits there. You like to look at it, maybe give it to somebody who really needs it.
I probably have 6 cans of beans and tomatoes and all that from, I was going to make a pot of chili that I never made. And it's just been sitting in the cabinet.
Right.
Well, and I mean, think about what you would want, right? Like, not what you would want if you were starving, but like if you had your choice of things that are easy to prepare and
shelf stable.
Yeah, shelf
Right.
stable. What would that look like? Don't put
But
your
also-
spam in there.
Nope. Some people like spam, Karen.
But
Spam is a
also-
protein.
If you
I
got
forget.
spam,
Meatloaf
if you
and
got
spam, people like
spam,
that sort of thing.
no, if you got spam in your pantry, we got to have a different conversation. But also think about things to cook with, right? Like that's
Yeah.
another thing of like, if I'm going to eat a meal, right? Like maybe throw some chicken broth in there so somebody could actually make a soup versus, and they could use the canned beans and things like that. Like it doesn't just have to be like pre-made meals, right?
Right. I have a story about spam since Karen loves spam so much and just enjoys it. I used to like spam when I was a kid. Okay. Fried spam sandwiches was a thing. Like
It's
my
so
friend and
salty, Cassandra.
but listen, like my friend and I spent the night at her house, we would always make spam. And I thought this is the best thing ever. So one day, years ago, as an adult, I thought, spam. I haven't had a fried spam sandwich in forever. So I get a can of spam. I tell my husband we're going to have fried spam sandwiches. And he's like, oh, haven't had spam in forever. That sounds great. Awesome. Seriously, when I tell you, couldn't even eat it. It's so disgusting. I was like, how did former me even put this in my mouth? It's literally like licking a salt block.
It's
that
like you
tastes
gotta
like dog
cut
food.
Something like chop it up and put it in some eggs, or you don't
Maybe.
eat mayonnaise, but like smother some mayonnaise all over it or something. I don't know.
There was nothing saving that sandwich. It was
Look,
so bad.
That's just
So
like
bad.
growing up in Southern Louisiana when we go to my grandparents' house and we go fishing. My grandfather would bring little cans of Vienna sausages.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have your little can of Vienna sausage and you'd have some crackers and maybe a cookie for lunch, right?
Yep.
I tried to give my daughter when she was like 6 months old, 8 months old, I don't know, somewhere in that range where you could feed them real food. I forget where it's at, but I tried to give her some Vienna sausage. I have it on video. It is the funniest thing because she puts it in her mouth and then she's like, ugh. Ugh. But then she keeps eating it. She keeps having this like very visceral reaction to it. And it's like you look at those things like, it's just what was available, right? Like I think that's the thing too. Sometimes
and
what's
cheap.
available, right? Super cheap, right? And a good source of protein. So there you go.
You know what else is it? And you know what? Let me just not even go there.
Meatloaf.
Don't say meatloaf.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. But I'm going to blow y'all away because to hear me talk so much smack about some of these foods, I used to eat potted meat.
Oh, I got a story about that.
I could eat it on a piece of bread. I could eat it on crackers. There were times where I would just like crave the saltiness of it and I could just eat like a spoonful of it out of that little dog food can.
Potted meat is basically like smushed up Vienna sausages. They taste the same to me. Yeah, it's like dog food. Whenever we got married, my husband and I got married, the boys were 5 and 8. Jared kept telling me, the youngest, he kept telling me that he wanted potty meat. And I was like, what the heck is potty meat? And he kept saying it like I should know.
That's a different show, friends.
Right?
Different show.
So finally Brent was like, it's potted meat. I was like, oh my gosh. He wanted a potty meat sandwich. I was like, ugh. So now anytime I think about potted meat,
it gives it a new meaning.
It gives it a new meaning because that's the only place for it, right down the toilet.
There's that. Well, again, there are several people who like these things. And if you are a person who likes one of these things, we'd love to hear from you and your reasons why.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
It's got to be nostalgia. Like you just like it because you grew up eating it or something. It's not good.
Well, it's kind of like fruitcake, right? Like if you get a
I don't like that
store, I don't either. But
me either.
I watched Holiday Baking Championship on whatever network
Food Network.
that is. Food Network. There you go. And they had to make a dish, and the surprise ingredient was fruitcake. And one of the ladies, like everybody was like, oh, fruitcake. But this one lady was like, I actually like fruitcake. And she said because she lived overseas and her grandmother would come from the US and fly overseas. And what she would bring them is a fruitcake. So once a year, they got a little piece of fruitcake that the grandmother brought back. So for her, it was the nostalgia and it was the memories that like that fruitcake just tasted so good because it wasn't about the fruitcake. It was about the memory that came with the fruitcake.
Right.
You mentioning that cooking show just reminded me that after you guys mentioning it several times, I finally watched The Gilded Age and I became obsessed right away. I was binging several episodes every evening, and now I'm caught up and I'm devastated that I have to wait.
I know.
Oh my gosh. But they are coming out with another season, I hope. Okay.
Yes.
When does that thing drop?
Oh, probably
Who
not till
knows?
next year
Yeah.
sometime.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good news is when they drop it, it's like you're so ready for it. But I find that so
Yeah.
many shows, like, they'll wait so long in between. Like, I don't know if anybody's watched Stranger Things, but these kids who started out, like, you know, even though they were older in real life and they were playing high school kids, they're like in their 30s now trying to pretend like
Yeah.
they're
And they
still
look
in
it.
high
And they look it.
and they look it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for the last season finale or the series finale of Stranger Things. But I'm also like, I should probably go back and watch all the other seasons because it's been so long. I don't remember what happened.
What?
Well,
Go ahead.
And that kind of triggered, right, with the writer's strike that happened.
Yeah.
Once the writer's strike happened, like all of these shows, they never really got back into a rhythm. Like I remember TV used to start when we would start school.
Yes.
Right. And now it's like, oh, we're not premiering until October and we're probably going to shut off in November. Right. Like it's like, so 2 months. Cool. Right.
Or they'll
then
do
you-
this thing where you get like half a season and they take a 3-month break and
They're
you get
doing breaks.
half a season.
Winter break, summer break. So I'm like, what?
And then you
Are
got to
y'all in
have
school?
all these different damn TV apps so that you can go from this app to that app so that you can fill in the gaps of when you have shows and when you don't have shows. And
Well, that's what I wanted to ask y'all. What do you use for your like local channels, like your ABC, your
this is a hot topic right now.
Yeah, we have YouTube TV.
Stupid
in this
YouTube
house.
TV. We do too. But
we're on week 2 of
no
Disney owned networks.
Okay. I went and signed up for the Hulu ESPN. Hulu does Hulu Live TV. It has all the channels that you have on the YouTube TV.
Well, we used it many moons ago. We had Hulu Live, and at the time, I just felt like the Hulu quality was really crap, like the graphic quality. I mean, this was years ago. But my whole thing is like I was trying to give it a little bit of time because if I'm gonna have to go over somewhere else, I'm wholesale switching. I'm not gonna, and I don't know if there's any end in sight. We had to do a free trial of some app I've never even heard of this last weekend to get all the games.
Right. And see, that's what's ridiculous, right? Like now you've got to have all these different apps in order to even try to have something holistic, right? And then you end up paying more than what you used to pay for cable TV. Like the whole reason of cutting the cord was to not have to do all of this, right? And now it's just a hot mess. So yeah, we went and did the Hulu, ESPN, Disney Plus package because it was the same price we're paying for YouTube TV. That's also the other thing. Like if you look at the monthly
so maybe
cost,
I'll do that because I already have Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and it has Hulu with it. It just doesn't have Hulu Live. So I just need to go change my Disney package.
Yeah, and it's
And
the
get rid
same
of
cost
YouTube
then as
TV.
YouTube TV, and then you don't have another app. And then you're also not paying for Disney Plus on the side because you were already paying for that on the side.
Right.
And
Well, there you go.
another topic, if you have an American Express card, go check your membership reports because my Amex has, if you use your Amex to pay for your Hulu, Disney, whatever subscription, you can get up to like $300 a year in statement credits back.
Okay, I'm
So
doing
go check
that
your
because I do have an
check
Amex.
your Amex. Mhm.
Bam.
Yeah, that's the same on if you have a Walmart Plus membership. You
Walmart
can get the discount back on Paramount Plus.
You can get it on mine on Walmart Plus too. They'll give you up to like $100 a year.
Well, but it's only on one or the other. So you're gonna have to like go if you do
Pick.
Walmart Plus, you got to pick which one you want the credit back for. But if you do one on Walmart Plus and one on Amex or whatever your credit card statement is, then you can get both of them back.
It's all about playing the game. That's
It
what
is
it's
a
all
game.
about.
You got to have a spreadsheet and like
Yes.
But
markers.
listen, I
Ugh.
saw this really cool tip, and I am going to start using this. This money guy on TikTok was talking about like some people have really good self-control and because we use one of our best rewards credit cards. We use it for our regular monthly spending, like the groceries, the gas, whatever, and then pay for it when it comes in. But that takes an incredible amount of self-control. because it
discipline.
Yeah, you have to make sure you are only doing those things and you're really keeping tabs on, like, am I really spending to what I budget? But his suggestion was for anybody who struggles with that or keeping up with how much you should be putting on there, when you get paid, because you're not supposed to spend money that you don't already have. That's the first rule of using credit cards. Like if the money's not in your bank account, you shouldn't be spending it on your credit card.
Right.
Therefore, if you're following that logic, then when your paycheck or whatever it is comes in, go ahead and pay a balance on the credit card. Put it in the negative. It doesn't matter. Put it in the negative, and then use the card for what you would have used your bank account for. And it will slowly eat into the negative and you'll come back up to black. And there you go. And then you're able to keep track of how much of that budgeted money you've spent because you're watching the negative come up. And I was like, explosion in my mind.
I've never thought about that. I've never thought about paying credit cards into the negative. Never thought about it.
And then you avoid the interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The daily interest. That was the main thing that was the main thing he was getting at. So I don't know. You heard it here first.
Well, since we're talking about financial stuff, I'll tell you the best thing that I've done here in the last, and I just recently started doing this. So TBD on the long term and how this works. But when we were at dinner at a work event, we went with one of our vendors, Geraldine Gray. Love Geraldine. She's going to come on the show. You guys will all love her too. But she was talking to me about, we were talking about financial stuff because, life, we're adults and we have fun with all that.
It makes the world go round.
It does. And she was like, have you ever thought about downloading Rocket Money? And I was like, oh, I've heard of it, but I've not. So she was showing me how it worked. Okay. So this been months ago. Finally, I downloaded it 2 weeks ago, connected everything. It's very secure. They use Plaid for all of their security, but basically you log into all your accounts, credit cards, bank accounts, savings, all the things. And it just gives you this overview that is mind blowing that will tell you where you're screwing up, where you can save, what you can do. It will do it for you. If it sees, it saw that my husband and I both had a subscription for, I can't remember what it was, like Amazon Kids, something random for Liam, right? $6 a month. You don't even notice it. Yep. We both had it. So now it's dead. It goes and it cancels it for you. Right. And those kind of things that you don't think about are the recurring charges, or it'll say, hey, did you realize that you're paying for a Walmart Plus subscription and an Amazon Prime subscription? Do you need both of those things? Do you just cancel one? And it also categorizes your spending so you can see, crap, I spent way too much this month on eating out. I should chill with that.
I was
it just brings it to the forefront of your mind.
I assume it does budgeting, you've got buckets of, Well, that helps a lot with your transactional spending, your swipe spending and your subscription spending. I heard about a hack, a tip, whatever you want to call it, one time that changed our budgeting life, which was we now have a bank account for the different main buckets of money, meaning we have a bills account for all the auto draft household bills, your mortgage, your car payments, insurance, the things that are pretty much the same amount and you just want them to auto pay. There's an account for that. There's a slush fund account for just extra spending if we want to go out or whatever. There is a quote unquote savings account. And then there is a living expenses account. So the living expenses account is the one that you would that we would transfer over to the credit card as an example of what we were talking about. But that allows me to not stress about my bills ever because it's always ahead in that account and it just auto drafts. I don't have to keep up with a ledger of 900 transactions. Back in the day when we first got married, we had one shared bank account. And everything we did with money was coming in and out of there. And it was unreal to try to manage and make sure, okay, do we have what we need for this? And do we have? So once you budget and you've created a budget for yourself in these main categories and you have an account for those things, it's just boom, you just put it in there every paycheck and it's, you don't even really think about it. Changed my life.
I love it. I always love ways to save money, especially without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the middle of a cut the cord with cable debate right now because we've had cable for so long, basically because of sports, because I refuse to not
cable
watch
satellite,
Comcast,
literal cable,
Xfinity, whatever they call it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've had it forever and I still have it, but I am so tired of paying this exorbitant bill every month because I also have to have the Disney Plus because Liam, I still have to have all the apps. So I'm paying a fortune for cable and a fortune for apps.
I won't say speaking of the holidays because we went way away from holidays, but I've been dying to show y'all this.
Oh, let's see.
Hold on, I got to back up so you can see it. Look at my shirt.
It's a Highland cow with a Santa hat. It's like Rudolph, the Highland cow. How cute is that?
That is super cute.
So cute. And it's so soft. It is amazing. I love the holidays. I could celebrate them for a quarter of the year.
We ordered our drunken Christmas outfits. So it's going to be pretty spectacular. Jay went suit jacket this year. So it's a Christmas suit jacket.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, it also, lets you be holiday party, right? When you go for a corporate event, it's kind of dual purpose. So we're definitely getting into that spirit. But the question is on everybody's mind, is it too soon to decorate for Christmas?
Never.
Had that
after October 31st fall is over in my house. And on November 1st, literally Christmas is here. Decorations go up. My tree is in there. It's not decorated because I haven't had time, but my tree's up. Every day my son's like, Mommy, when are we putting the ornaments on the tree? I'm like, soon, because I just need some time. But yes.
If you guys could come to my house and explain this concept to Mr. Rogers, it would be greatly appreciated. His whole thing, and I get it, right? He's like, I feel like Thanksgiving gets gypped. And I'm like, it's only an American holiday, first of all. Like
I don't care that much about it anyway.
Right.
It's not even that I don't care about Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. I love the meal. I love what it stands for. I love all the things. But in my world, you have Thanksgiving with Christmas decorations around you, and it just brings more joy. Like, it's just more joy.
Well, they always say the turkey tastes the same.
Exactly. The food is great, whether you've got a turkey sitting on the table or you've got, pumpkins or a Christmas tree in the corner.
But, okay, so what do y'all's families eat on both of these holidays? Because my whole thing is we're eating essentially the same meal both holidays. And so I'm totally fine if we skip Thanksgiving. Truly. Well, like I even thought about going back to Disney over Thanksgiving and just skipping out on the meals.
See, the only thing we have is my parents come up for Thanksgiving. Ever since we've moved to Georgia, they come up for Thanksgiving. So we do Thanksgiving with them. And then Christmas, right? Sometimes we'll go to Jamie's family's house. So like this summer, or not summer, this Christmas, we are going to Florida to go with Jamie's parents and that sort of thing. So our holidays are different in that, and that will change the meals. So like for Christmas Eve, Jamie's family always does prime rib. And then like Christmas Day would be, it's not the same food as Thanksgiving. There's probably a turkey, but it's a lot less, right, than like what Thanksgiving is. Thanksgiving for us, the big thing is Thanksgiving's good. Don't get me wrong. But the best part of Thanksgiving is leftover gumbo. You only get it once a year. And it's all the meats that you did not eat Thanksgiving Day get thrown into a gumbo on Friday. You guys are welcome to come because it's Thanksgiving Gumbo Day. And it's
don't kill me, but I'm not a big gumbo person.
I don't like gumbo either.
Yeah,
I don't get the appeal.
That's where the two of you have gone wrong in life, and that's okay because you're from Georgia, and
we're not from Louisiana, exactly. And I've tried it, and I've even had y'all's gumbo. It's okay. I just don't enjoy it. Yeah, it's not like it's just not something I'm jonesing for.
Just that's the thing too. Like red beans and rice, like Jessica loves that, and like throw some sausage in there, and I'm just like, why?
I don't like beans though. I don't like beans.
Beans are fine.
But at our house on Thanksgiving, the reason that we can't skip out is like that's the only holiday that my dad's side of the family. So that's the only holiday that we get together anymore and do like a huge family thing. We do it at my cousin's, and I'm responsible for the dressing. So my aunt used to make it my whole entire life. And then she retired about 10 years ago, I guess now. And she was like, nope, someone else can do it. So, cause dressing's a process. It takes several days. It's all the things. So I have to make the dressing, and my cousin would be very upset if I did not make the dressing, but it's not stuffing. Stuffing is not good in my opinion. And
explain
not the same as Southern cornbread dressing, which is what I make. It is made with cornbread, biscuits.
Dressing means
dried
what?
Out. It's a like a casserole dish, but it's what it is you take your biscuits and your cornbread and all those things. Like it's like you take all the bread, dry it out, and you mix it back together with chicken broth and celery and onions and all the things, and you cook it, you bake it, and it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like
so
a
I think everybody's got different definitions here. Because see,
Yeah.
what you just described to me is stuffing, because that's what Jamie makes from a northern standpoint.
Stuffing is broke up. Even if you
No.
don't stuff it in the bird or not, it doesn't matter. Stuffing is more of like fluffy, broken up bread pieces with like some flavor and some things. If it's very dry, it's very
no, not in our house. That's what I'm saying. I think it's different because
tomato.
Right. Like dressing, right, is a meat and rice dish. That's what I'm saying. I think it's like regional because like from where I come from, it's a meat and rice dish, right? That may or may not be stuffed inside the turkey. That doesn't really change. There's no bread in it at all, right? Where Jamie is from, right? Indiana, it's a bread dish, right? And it's got different components in it. So I would wonder if we Googled it, what would Google say? Like, where would Google? What would Google say?
Says, I was already on that. Google says the main difference is that stuffing is typically cooked inside the turkey while dressing is baked in a separate dish. Stuffing absorbs the turkey's juices and dressing is cooked outside, which some consider safer. The name can also be used regionally, with dressing more common in the South and stuffing in the North.
There you go.
So Rachel, you guys are doing a dressing.
No, we do both.
Well, no,
but their dressing has meat and rice, which is not even close to the same realm of what my dressing is.
It's just a different recipe, but it is a dressing.
We do 3 to make matters worse. We do stuffing, which goes inside the bird, right? We do dressing, which is the meat and rice. And then we do what Jamie's family, they call stuffing, which is the bread mixture that's not technically cooked inside the bird, which is cooking in the oven, but it's what they would have if they put it inside the bird.
Mine's very smooth. Like I will post when we make these things for Thanksgiving. I think there's a social post coming of like, here's what Rachel makes.
It looks like a corn casserole. It doesn't even look like bread. It just looks like
there's no corn in it. But
I know.
But there can be meat in it. Like when I make it for a meal, like I have made it for a meal before. I'll put I'll grab a rotisserie chicken and throw that in there. Or if I have turkey, I'll throw that in there. But yeah, it's my favorite thing. I absolutely love it.
My granddaddy always makes the dressing, and it's basically like poultry seasoning with a side of bread. Like, what is it? Is it old people or my old people that just love poultry seasoning? Like, you can see it.
I've never even heard of poultry seasoning.
He's putting too much sage in it. Is it green?
Yeah. And
here's the key. That's because that's how he grew up to it. But I hate that because I hate the taste of that. Here's the key. If anybody wants to know the key to good dressing, you don't use the ground sage because it makes everything green and tastes super sagey. Rubbed sage is the key. Lots of black pepper. I'll be glad to share my recipe. It's quite famous around this area. It's very good. But I will tell you this.
Website,
poultry seasoning is basically like chicken bouillon with like sage and other flavors. And that's what most people put in their dressing. I don't. I just put black pepper and sage.
As in most people in Georgia area.
In Georgia, correct. I'm talking about around here, which is where Caramy also grew up, is in Georgia. So that's regionally, that's where we're talking about.
I didn't even know what poultry seasoning was till you just said that. So
really?
Yeah, it's just what they consider put on a chicken. It's supposed to be stuff that goes well with chicken, is what it is. But it's very sagey.
Have y'all ever, when you go to like a barbecue place or a barbecue shack and you can get like a chicken quarter and it's barbecued with like the vinegar based sauce. Yeah. And in a lot of places they'll serve the sauce on the side if you want to be able to like, my family makes that like every other month. It's like because it's like really cheap to make. You can get a 10-pound bag of chicken quarters for like $6, you know? But my granddaddy learned how to do the vinegar-based sauce and how to barbecue and everything when he was in high school. They used to do that for like the FFA, and his science teacher had created this recipe, and it's amazing. amazing. But
maybe
poultry
your
seasoning
granddaddy
goes
needs
in
to
that.
share, because I do love me some chicken.
So you need to come over or us come there and let Jessica show you the cooking it part. It's not complicated, but like the sauce is important. Yeah, the sauce is important, but like if the chicken doesn't crisp up and do all the things, that it's still not going to be the same because the texture will be different, But it's really not. It's not difficult, and it's good stuff.
And that's the thing about like recipes specifically. It's not necessarily just about the ingredients. It's a lot of times about the way in which you prepare the food. Because when my cousin asked me, because her family on her husband's side asked for her to make dressing one year for Thanksgiving, and she's like, okay, I'm going to try it. Can you give me your recipe? I'd never written it down because I make it all. I don't even know how much I use of what, right? So I had to really measure and think about it. This recipe is like 4 pages long because I wrote down every single step that I do. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't realize how complicated this was. I'm like, it's really not complicated, but it's a lot of steps. And the steps are the key. It's like with Jamie and good brisket, right? The steps are the key. It's not necessarily how to cook it. It's all the things that go into it all the way through.
Well, and it's knowing when you need to make a modification, right?
And
like
tasting.
The piece of meat you have may be different time to time, right? Like even chicken, right? Depending on the size of the chicken, the weight of the chicken, like all of that can have a lot of variation that can throw cooking times off, right?
Right.
And even temperatures you need to go at. It's definitely an art and a science. It's
another polarizing topic about holiday food. How do y'all do your turkey? And by that, I mean, do you do a whole turkey? Do you do a turkey breast? Do you bake? Do you deep fry? Do you smoke? What do you do?
We do 2 turkeys because you got Thanksgiving turkey and you got gumbo turkey. And we do it in a roaster so that it like cooks itself all night and you don't have to get up and worry about it. And you're not having to worry about basting it because you got that good lid on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do. Depends. Year to year, it can change. Someone in my family is always trying something
why
new.
Are you talking about underwear? Because when you said depends, I was
it depends.
What kind of turkey are you cooking? That is what
Let's be clear. It depends, not depends. Oh my God. Ridiculous. You're crazy. No one's talking about diapers.
Given some of the things going on right now with my family, I get it.
I get why your mind went there. No, it depends. My family does something different. So like my dad will smoke one. We've deep fried them before, but we typically someone will do a whole turkey, but not a lot of us like the legs and the dark meat. So we mostly just do turkey breast because it's just better. But I guess for something like gumbo, you probably don't want the dark meat. So you probably do the whole turkey. I don't like dark meat of anything.
Back to my grandparents. My granddaddy, I mean, he's an old white Southern gentleman, and he's just very specific about his food. And the older they get, the less food tastes good to them. They complain about almost everything they eat. It doesn't taste right. It's not good. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same as it's always been, but okay.
My parents do too, though. I think you lose your taste buds as you get older. I think so.
And then they start, they're disappointed in it. But he smokes his, like wood chip smokes his every year without fail. That man, like he has to have his smoked turkey. And I mean, I can appreciate that. Whatever. You're 80 something years old. Get your smoked turkey, But it is so dry.
Yeah.
It is
That's
so
the
dry.
only thing about
and he loves it that way. He loves it. And my whole family does, not me.
I mean, you could keep it moist if you put a moisture pan in there. You did other things to it, but yeah.
But he's set in his ways. He wants it his way, which is dry.
That's like fried turkey. Fried
turkey can go bad quickly.
Super quickly. I always like the day of Thanksgiving watching how many houses catch on fire because people put like a frozen turkey in the fryer.
Or they just drop it down in and oil goes everywhere and then it explodes. Like, I don't understand how people do this.
Well, I did a baked turkey only 1 year because we don't host anything at our house because our families still have matriarchs and patriarchs that like to do it and bring everybody together, which is fine. So there's no reason for me to cook like I do the deviled eggs. That's what I bring every year. But I don't know why. One year I was like, let me try to do a turkey too, and we'll have 2 different kinds of turkey. And it was a baked turkey. I did the Gordon Ramsay recipe, which you
did
can
it
watch
turn
a
out
video.
well?
Oh yes, and you can watch a video about it on YouTube. Like he walks you through it, and it was really good. So I think if and when, God willing, I become the matriarch. That
You will. At some point it happens.
Yeah, that everybody gathers around.
The
I
circle
would do
of
it big.
life. You're welcome for that.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it is.
On that note, I'm going to pivot. There's no good segue, but I'm going to pivot here. We're
Do it.
building we're building our guest list for 2026, which is really exciting. We've already got some cool people lined up. But we do have room for more. So if any of you guys listening have ever wanted to be on a podcast and you're like, hey, they seem like they're easy to talk to, I'd love to go on that podcast and I got some really cool things to share with them, then please reach out. You can come to our website at coffeemeetscloud.com/connect. There's a quick little form there just to give us your contact information and topics you're passionate about, and we can get in touch and see what we can work out. I'm excited. I'm trying to think who all we have coming up. I hate to be too specific because I'm not sure about the schedules right now, but I'm excited about the topics that are lined up with these people.
And Carmi, for those people who don't know what a / is, if you were to look at your keyboard, what key would that be?
That would be the one next to the shift on the right. You see
the
where
one
your
that typically has the question mark
Mhm.
on it. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the /. It
Yes,
goes
that is the forward.
Look, there's
or just go to
Depending on-
coffeemeetscloud.com and at the top there's a connect tab. You don't
Or-
even have to type it in.
look us up on LinkedIn. That works
send us
too.
a message.
Send us a message. Shout out on socials. Shout out on a podcast episode. If you have the podcasting app, right, you can comment on the podcast episode that you hear this on, or any episode, and let us know. We're always looking for topics. And if you don't want to be on the podcast, but you still have an amazing topic, we'd love to hear about it. So let us
Yes.
know so that we can feature it on an upcoming episode.
If there's some brilliant thing that you want us lovely ladies to comment on or answer for you that you've always wondered, we probably won't get it right, but we'll give you our opinion.
Or
We sure
maybe
will.
it's not even brilliant, right? Maybe
Yeah, it
it's
could be silly.
controversial. It
Exactly.
could be off the wall. Like, I wonder, what these ladies think about cats and dogs and,
Yeah.
whatever. We're up for it.
We just
No
love
question.
hearing
Hot take,
people.
we're all dog people. Just preface
yeah,
that.
you're
Don't
gonna
ask
have
us
to
a
have-
cat question.
You're going to have a compelling story to bring us to the dark side.
So start your research now.
In my
Right.
defense, have I told y'all this before? I was attacked by a cat.
Oh no. I didn't know that.
Literally. Hold on. Quick story. I have to do one. 17 years old. Picture it. Sicily, 2008.
1976.
It was
All right,
raining
Sophia.
and we had
If
to
you-
go
all right,
uphill both
Sophia.
ways.
If you don't get that reference, we cannot be friends. That was
Right.
the best show.
That
of all
was
time.
perfect. It was.
No, I was in high school and I was at my dad's house, and that's a story for another day. Literally walking through the house. All I was doing, walking from one end of the house to the other. The cat was camped out in the kitchen, waiting. It was lying and waiting. And as soon as I passed by the kitchen, didn't even know the cat was over there, mind you. All of a sudden, it ran up behind me, wrapped its paws around the front. Now it's behind me, okay? Wrapped its paws around the front of my leg and sunk its little cat paws into my shin, and then sunk its big what are those sharp teeth on the side that the cats
Yeah.
have?
These
Sunk
guys.
that into my calf muscle.
Ooh.
So it was attached to my leg, and I was flailing kicking my leg, trying to get this cat off of me, and it wouldn't come off. And I mean, it felt like I was doing that for 30 seconds or more. It was probably more like 10. Finally, it came loose and slung across the room, and then it ran back and got me again.
Ooh, no.
That's
Finally,
a dead cat. That's
Yeah.
a dead cat.
Finally, the
uh-uh.
second time,
Mm-mm.
it ran off into the master bedroom and hid under the bed. Yeah. So I was traumatized.
Jeremy is validated in hating cats.
Yeah. I mean, like we actually had a cat once, Jessica and I, before we had kids. We adopted a cute little kitten. It was so precious, and we don't have it anymore.
It didn't attack you?
But I just have a hard time looking at them and thinking, oh, look at that sweet little unassuming, innocent. I just feel like you never know what
in the corner.
Yeah, you just never know what they're thinking. I don't blame that cat, by the way. Like that cat was tormented by my stepbrothers. It wasn't the cat's fault. Like, that cat was what it was made to be. So, yeah.
It's just like it's not the clown's fault, right? Like,
what?
That you have a clown
no, it's the clown's fault. The clown's fault.
You can blame Stephen King for that.
Yeah,
exactly. You can blame Stephen King. It's not the clown's fault. It's Stephen King.
Right. Well, with that note, Jeremy, it's unfortunately that time. We got to take it home.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Coffee Meets Cloud. We hoped you were able to follow the bouncing ball and enjoyed the episode with just us. It's been really fun. Please give us a follow, a rating, subscribe to the show. It helps other listeners follow us, and check us out on socials at Coffee Meets Cloud or the website at coffeemeetscloud.com. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to hear about. And until next time, stay sane. Enjoy your holidays. And I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.